Friday the 29th of November 2019 was a day that changed my life forever. I lost a massive part of me. This is probably the first time I've done this, and it's the first time I'm actually being vocal about my mom. So I have had a few people ask me who the photo is in my beginning intro. So that is my mother. I don't say was, that is my mother. She sadly passed away at home, very peaceful, surrounded by loved ones. I obviously was one of them. My mum was diagnosed with motor neuron disease. Now, at the time of her diagnosis, I'm going to be honest, I had no idea what it was. Didn't have a clue. Like, we all sat there. I remember very well the day she was due to go to Barbados, and myself, my stepdad and my mum obviously was in the living room, and my sister was on the phone to me, so obviously we was all together. And I remember it so well. She got a phone call because it was a snowy day and she couldn't get to the hospital, and she was basically like, I need to speak to you, but I need to speak to you like now, because can you imagine, us all going, why is this so important? Like, a couple of tests and we're like, what's going on? And we all gathered. Obviously, I phoned my sister. I had her on loudspeaker. My mum had, obviously, the doctor on her phone on loudspeaker again, so we could all hear. And she just come out with it, and, you've got motor neuron disease. Like, obviously, we were all just like, oh, what's that, And my dad just being like, oh, yeah, how long you took, and the woman was just, that it was terminal. And obviously my dad being, the typical man that he is, was just, she's got a good few years, we're talking, 10, 20 years. And the woman was just like, no, she's got a year. Being told or hearing that the person in your life who was all I ever had, because my dad was never around. He kind of left me and my sister when we was young. To be told that the woman in your life who is your best friend, literally my best friend, and I know, I'm probably really biased because everyone probably says they're about their mums, but I honestly had such a connection with my mum. She literally was my best friend. There was nothing neither of us would talk to each other about. Like, she knew about my love life. She knew, the funny thing is, like, my mum met Ashley many years ago. Ashley's Jericho, just, I do now and again, but I think in this scenario it's nice to say his name. And it was a party and he came, and I remember me and Ashley have been, throughout the years, very on and off. We're a bit of it's like a magnet. We somehow draw back. There's always been that. I don't know. There's just, we always somehow ended back together. It's like we were meant to be, and the universe, things in life had to happen for us to be able to have each other. That's how I feel about me and Ash. And anywho, sorry, I got a bit off topic there. we was at this party, and well, it was a house party, it was at my house, and I remember I think he did my mum a cup of tea or something, and she literally was like, he's gonna give me grandbabies one day, he's gonna be the guy you're gonna marry. And I used to be like, what, him? Oh no. Like, he used to, and you know, it's mad to think that my mum actually met the guy that I'm actually gonna spend the rest of my life with. But you know, it's hard to know she's not here. But again, so obviously when we found out she had motor neuron disease, we had to do so much research, and like, as a family, we all had to kind of like, one, get to terms with the fact that she was gonna die, and two, the fact we didn't know what we was dealing with. Every day was a learning curve. Like, every day something new would happen, and we would have to adapt as a family. I took a lot of time out from work, and I pretty much spent most of my days with mom, caring for her, because that's, you know, she was my best friend. I wasn't, you know, we had such a laugh in the most horrible time of her, you know, her journey, her motor neuron journey. But we, God, did she used to just make everything a positive thing. And, you know, even in her worst days, and I mean her worst days, like, she would still have a smile on her face, and I can literally picture her smile. She was the most positive person ever. And I'm not just saying that because she was my mom and I feel I have to. Like, I'll tell you some story about my mom, don't you worry about that. But anyone who knew her, she literally would light up the room. She you know, she was an older version of me, bonkers, like, and, you know, she lasted longer than a year. And every day she just, it was like it was nothing, easy breezy. Like I said, even on her worst days, she still had a smile on her face, and she still found a way to have a laugh. And every day she lived to the fullest. Like, there was, you know, even in time where she, you know, should have been with family, and, you know, no, my mum made it her mission to raise money, and we all got involved because that's what you do, and that's what we did as a family. We came together, we got stronger. You know, the love you kind, yeah. So she set herself always challenges. So we did mad tea parties. Me and my brother obviously did the colour run. My sister and my stepdad jumped out of a plane. Like, there was nothing that she put to us and was like, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna raise money, and it's gonna go to motor neuron disease. And that's what we did. My channel, there is a video, obviously, me and my sister, and we did, I think it's the ice foot challenge. We did that. Like, my mum made it very clear that she knew there was never gonna be any hope of a cure, and she knew that in her lifetime she was never going to raise enough to help someone else. And that's all she wanted to do, was help others that were going through the same disease that she was. Even at her funeral, she didn't want flowers, and she didn't want people sad, and she didn't want people to, you know, I remember when we was planning her funeral, and she literally was like, you're going to do my speech, and I want you to do it like, you know, your award ceremony. And she was like, I don't want it to be sad, and she was like, I want you to be you, and I want you to be your dramatic Kaylee that you are, you know. She knew what she wanted, and so that's what we did. Her funeral, we had no flowers, and even then she still just wanted to raise money for motor neuron disease. Like, that's all my mum wanted to do, was trying to help other families or people dealing with it. Now, the only way I can explain motor neuron disease, I will put a video within. I have got it from the actual motor neuron disease website, because I don't want to give any false information. If you do want to know what it is, I will also link the website. If you do potentially want to make a donation, it would be much appreciated.
What is MND? MND stands for motor neurone disease. About 5,000 people in the UK have MND at any one time. Motor neurons are nerves in your brain and spinal cord that carry messages to your muscles, telling them what to do. The term MND covers a group of similar conditions that affect these nerve cells, which can lead to loss of movement, weakness, and wasting. Early signs of the disease might include mild weakness, clumsiness, tripping over, or slurred speech. But each individual experiences the disease in a different way. This means MND is difficult to diagnose, and there are no definitive tests. It is usually identified by ruling out other conditions. Seeing how symptoms progress also helps, but it can take time before a diagnosis is confirmed. There is currently no cure, and MND is life-shortening. However, specialist support to manage symptoms and an assessment of social care needs can help people find services and support, and prolong independence. This can help to achieve the best possible quality of life at each stage of the disease. Symptoms get worse over time, so care needs will increase. With MND, gripping, walking, speaking, and swallowing can become increasingly difficult. Breathing can also be affected. Although the disease cannot be reversed, support can help ease symptoms. Some people with MND also experience changes to thinking and behaviour, but usually this is mild and doesn't affect day-to-day life. In a small number of cases, this can be more severe, and additional support may be needed. At the moment, it's not clear what causes motor neurons to stop working properly, but our understanding of MND is constantly advancing. A small number of cases are linked to a family history, but there is more that we need to know. Research is ongoing. The MND Association is devoted to improving care, research, and campaigning across England, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Our aim is to help people with MND, their carers, and families receive the best possible support.
For someone who was obviously within and was watching it on a day-to-day basis, the only way I can explain it from my point of view is it's like when you're born and you learn to walk and you learn to talk and you learn to start eating solid foods. It's kind of like the reverse. So, you know, it can happen at all different stages. Like, you know, the walking, you could lose the motion in your legs, you could lose the speech. You know, there's no set time, you know, and some people, you know, it's quite, everyone's different. Some people do lose their voice, some people don't. Some people lose it at the end, some at the beginning. Mum had it pretty bad. She had it, you know, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it because what is the point in that? What is the point in talking about my mum and what she went through and what motor neuron disease is if I sugarcoat it? you know, watching someone you love go through that and you can't take it away is probably the most horrible thing ever. Knowing you can't even hold their hand because their hand's cuffed. And when I mean cuffed, her hands started going like that. And because obviously the nerves and the muscles, like, to get them to go. Not hearing her laugh. Or even shower at you, like the small things, like, God, what I wouldn't give for my mum to phone me right now and rant and rave and have a go at me. And I know that sounds really, but like, you don't realise how much you miss the small things when they're gone. Every morning without fail, my mum would knock on my door and she'd go, tea for two and two for tea. And I just go, Mum, piss off. Like, all them things I miss so much. Like, I miss her going, Kay, when are you going to make me a grandma? Like, Kay, when are you going to get married? Like, I miss all the things that at the time used to piss me off. Like, I miss it all. I miss my mom. I miss the fact that she's not here and all the things I've accomplished. You know, a successful YouTube channel. You know, I know she'd be so proud of the fact that I'm more vocal about my mental health. I know things in, like, the fact that I'm getting married and who knows, one day I may settle and have kids. Who knows, like, knowing she's not around for that hurts so much. But I need to kind of, and I want to finish what she started. Like, she knew she was never, and she was very, you know, she accepted that was her fate. But like, every day she was a trooper, and every day, like, she just beasted it. Like, we all call her our little MND warrior because she was, and she had it tattooed on her skin. Like, she was a warrior and nothing ever beat her. Like, every day was just, you know, she'd laugh, she'd smile, you know, we'd cry, we'd go through all the motions, but, you know, she was so set on just doing as much as she could to help others. Like, even in the moments, like, she wasn't selfish, and she was about others and trying to just do what she can to support others going through motor neuron disease. Like, the more funding we raise, the more money, the more, you know, the more research, and the better chance we have of getting a cure or finding a cure, just some glimmer of hope that maybe something to slow it down. You know, being told you've got a year, what do you know, I remember her saying, well, what am I going to do for you know, what? And, you know, she went on holidays. Like, God, she lived her life to the fullest. Like, we used to go to shows every month. You know, she'd go out still. You know, nothing, she just didn't let it beat her. And I know I've yabbled a lot and I've spoke about Mum. I've got really emotional. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, what was the point of this video? I kind of want to set myself the biggest challenge yet. Now, I know I've done a few things on Facebook. I have done a few things on Facebook. I've done the one chip challenge. Obviously, I did the ice foot challenge for my sister, but I kind of need something. I'm not sure what, and this is where you guys come in. I need some suggestions of something, and it needs to be my biggest project yet. Now, whether it's a 24-hour game fest, whether, I don't know, you want to see me jump out of a plane, please don't say that. I want to set myself the biggest challenge yet, and I want to raise as much money as I can in honor of my mom, and to just support and raise money for motor neuron disease. Now, motor neuron disease associations, I cannot applaud enough. Like, throughout my mom's whole journey, we always had constant chats and communication, and like the support my mom got, but not only just my mom, the family, like just to have someone to talk to, like for us as a family to obviously, what, you know, it's hard, you know, for anyone who's within a situation where they're caring or supporting someone who's terminally ill, you know, the knock-on effect. And you got to imagine, for someone who has mental health, that was hard. Like, at times, like, just wanting to go, nah, I can't do this. And I'm not gonna lie, there was times I literally was like, Mum, I can't do this. I need to just walk away, and I need to, you know, live my life. And obviously I was still support. I don't want to, you know, because that sounds like I was being a bit of a, like, you know, oh, fuck off. Like, it was never like that. But, you know, it was times where it was really challenging, I think, for me. Again, like I said, she was my best freaking friend. Like, watching someone go through what they went through and knowing one day was gonna be the end. Like, I could tell you the day that she went, detail by detail. Like, I'm not going to, don't worry, but what started off as just a normal day, just to my world just crashing, and knowing in her last breath, like, just telling her it's okay, it's okay. I just want to finish what my mom started, and I want to try and support Motor Neuron Disease Association, and I want to try and raise some money, and I want to try and get more out about. I mean, we're quite lucky now that it's becoming such a big thing. Like, you know, I think Coronation Street, I could be wrong, so if I am, I'm so sorry, but, you know, I'm now starting to do stories on the TV, and it's starting to become, you know, you see more and more, you know, the rugby play amazing, like, marathon, like, it's not so much of a quiet thing when no one knows nothing about it. So, you know, that money that obviously she raised has gone towards more, you know, and it's nice to know that some of the things my mom did, you know, has helped towards that, you know, more research, more chance and hope of finding a cure. Like, that's literally just to have some hope. So, guys, I do need you to just come up with a suggestion, or just a bit, because I generally don't know what I want to do. So many things I could do, like, you know, like I said, a game in 24 hours, probably going to be hard, I'm not going to lie. Jump out, just, I don't know, there's so many things out there. Like, I know my other half said do the mud run or something like that. It's got to be something out there, and I generally want it to be my biggest challenge yet, hence why I said jumping out of a plane, because I generally don't do heights. It needs to be something that's going to challenge, and I generally want to raise as much money as I can, whether it's 20 quid, 30 quid, hundreds, thousands, it all goes towards a good cause. So I just want to say thank you for watching and listening, and I'm sorry I've been really emotional. I know you're not used to seeing this side of me. talking about my mum's always hard, but starting and just continuing what she did and what she stood for, like, it feels right that I finish it. And I say finish it because it's not even saying that, you know, I'm going to make a difference, but, you know, I am going to make a difference. Of course I'm going to make a difference. I don't know why I just said that. Because it just, you know, to be able to help others and other families and those who are going through it, just to be able to help them and maybe give them a better chance than what my mum had. So I just want to say thank you for watching and taking the time to watch this video. I don't expect anyone to comment or like or subscribe because of this video. That's fine. I completely understand that. But I just wanted to come on and I just want to talk about my mom and motor neuron disease. And just answer a few of the questions, obviously, of people asking about who the woman was in my intro. It is my mom, Dawn Catherine Smith. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm not gonna lie, guys. So I'm gonna leave it on this. I love you guys very much, and I thank you for the support. I thank you for watching this video. I just want to take a moment to say I love you, Mom, and I miss you. And I'm going to try my goddamn hardest to raise some money and just continue what you started. So I'll see you on the next one, guys.